Let's record. We're recording. What?
Russian C or something, right?
No, that's not how that works. There's going to be a 30 to 60-second delay. So this is going to record. So those of you who are not with us yet, hello, welcome. This is our first ever live stream. We expect for it to be a little clunky and a little awkward. And I guess we gotta turn the volume down on this.
Just mute it on the screen.
Okay. So we're gonna work on the lighting because obviously that needs a little work. And Miss Cindy's here. Hello, Cindy. Welcome. You're the first person. Hopefully we'll have more. So this is the first and not last live stream of 2024. David and I were talking that we'd like to do it twice a month, where it might be both of us both times, and it might be just me, depending on his schedule and what he's got going on. So, in any case. So, Miss Cindy, welcome. You're the first person. What are your big plans? Hopefully we'll have more 2024. So this is the first and not last live stream of 2024. David and I were talking that we'd like to do it twice a month, where it might be both of us both times, and it might be just me, depending on his schedule and what he's got going on. So, in any case. So, we're just waiting for more people to come on. It says there's 4 people here. You're the first person. Hello, everyone.
Hello, greetings.
It's awkward talking and not hearing voices back and watching a screen. Hello, Melissa and Rob.
That's right.
Welcome.
Hello, Melissa.
Melissa and
Rob
had baby goats today. I didn't get a chance.
Oh, you didn't tell me that they have baby goats today.
No. She had.
I'm guessing they're really small.
Yes, since they have small goats, they're
right.
really small, and the babies are even smaller.
Right. Yeah. Right.
But there's 4, and guess if they're boys or girls.
Oh, all right. They're all boys.
They are.
Oh my goodness, they're all boys.
I didn't tell.
Didn't tell me at all. I just took a guess.
Yeah.
That's irony right there.
Yeah, our sound is a little off, probably because like it's echoey, and we're using. Should we talk slower? Would that make it better? You let me know if it would be better if we talked slower.
Do me a favor. Click the mute mic button at the top there, because it may be picking up here too.
Where?
Up here. Up here.
Go ahead, you do it. This isn't recording anyway, so it's not probably.
Okay. Maybe
he says it's getting.
Maybe
okay, it's getting better. Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you guys for bearing with us as we go through this. So, I would like to talk about the weather and what we're all doing for the weather. If you live close by here in Tennessee, you girls know it's ridiculous. Like, I was just showing David the weather report, and Scott, I was trying to make plans to go over to his homestead because he wanted me to see what he's done so far to get some more input, and it might just be the Wi-Fi difference. Okay. Every day he picked, it was either going to be rainy or rain and snow.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about it. But at least we're not getting an Arctic blast.
No, last year the Arctic blast literally blasted us.
That made life miserable.
It did. It made chores miserable.
Yeah.
It made the animals miserable.
Yeah.
We did not want to get up and have to work in it or anything, and I'm grateful at least there's not an Arctic blast, but there's going to probably be a lot of snow. There's still probably going to be a lot of snow this time around. According to all the persimmons, the persimmon seeds and stuff.
Did you have spoons?
They had spoons, lots of spoons.
Cindy, did yours have spoons?
That's right. I think Cindy was telling us too that they had spoons.
Bad.
Spoons are bad.
I don't like spoons.
Unless you like snow.
Yeah, it's true. So I'm not looking forward to it. I am going to have a video coming out about how I got the little houses ready. The chickens you don't really have to do much for. I mean,
no, they fluff up. But the coop that we have for the chickens is excellent as far as that goes. We just do the deep litter method in there. In fact, it's probably time to throw some more of those wood chips or some hay if you got hay to deep litter it some more. And it'll keep it warm.
Yeah, I think it's easier to clean wood chips than it is hay.
I agree. Oh yeah, hay's nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing is those pigs. I wanted to talk about pigs. I want to talk about pigs. Can we talk about pigs?
All right, let's talk about pigs.
I had, whoever thought, yeah, see, Cindy said persimmons had spoons. There were 9 fogs in August, predicting the number of snows. She's told us this many times. So
9 fogs?
9 fogs in August. You count the fogs in August.
Oh, that's right.
And isn't it each week corresponds with a certain month? I think you told us too.
Something like that.
Yeah. And so that's how many snows we're supposed to get.
Well, it was kind of foggy this morning, or was that just that mist in the wind? I know. Okay, all right.
Details.
Yes. Details matter.
Anyway, pigs.
Back to pigs.
Pigs. So, you may or may not know, if you watched our latest video. Rob's here too. Hi, Rob!
Hi,
Rob! And Cindy wants to know, do you feed your chickens warm oatmeal in the cold, and does it help?
We've never done that.
No.
I even all the years growing up, but I grew up in the desert with chickens, and we didn't have to do anything like that there. But I've never even heard of warm oatmeal. I suppose if it's good for us, it might be good for them.
Maybe those are backyard chickens. Just saying. Are they spoiled chickens? We've never done the warm oatmeal. A little bit of cinnamon.
You're telling Cindy spoils her chickens? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Anyway, what do we do? All we do we're probably like really low maintenance with the chickens. We
corn,
really don't,
the cracked corn.
We do give them
the cracked corn. If we know it's going to be like a cold night, we'll give them some more cracked corn before they go into roost for the night, and that internally I think that helps to keep them warm too.
And when we remember the cayenne pepper.
I thought you said that the cayenne pepper was for them to get to lay eggs.
That
to jumpstart laying eggs in the wintertime or something.
It is too, but I in past winters I've given them cayenne pepper to keep their body warm.
Oh, well, it works.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
Spicy chicken.
Spicy chicken wings.
Yeah.
Spicy chicken wings. So that's all we do for them. I don't even know if the ducks have those down bodies, so they're probably fine.
Yeah, they're loving it.
Yeah.
They're loving it.
As long as there's no pigs around to eat them.
Right, Cindy? Yeah, no pigs to eat ducks.
Spoiled. She got 4 eggs today. They're almost naked. Did you give them warm oatmeal?
Right, yeah.
Are you feeding them? Maybe we need to feed them warm oatmeal.
Maybe.
I mean, she sent us home with eggs, so she's doing something right.
Oh, did she talk her chickens gave her eggs today?
Yes.
Or not talking about her ducks. Okay, chicken. Okay.
Chicken.
All right.
Gave her,
yeah. And those were good, by the way, Cindy. Thank you for the eggs. We appreciate that.
Well, the funny part was after we brought home eggs from Cindy's place, there must have been wind of it down in the barnyard because the very next day we got 2 eggs.
We got 2 eggs. I think the chickens were realizing that
they're gonna get fired.
or deep fried or something.
We're outsourcing.
We're outsourcing. So
we better get on it.
Yeah.
They're gonna get rid of us.
That's right.
We even got a blue egg. We've been getting blue eggs.
Is it?
From the Americana.
Oh, that's right. How could I forget that we had the Americanas and they lay a different colored egg? That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right. We got to get back to pigs. We got to get back to pigs.
Because when you add a new animal, that's really exciting. Like chickens are not as exciting. Goats are exciting, but not as exciting anymore because we've had them. What did we say? 4 years now?
About 4 years.
We're going on our 5th year of having goats, I think.
Pretty close.
Something like that. Anyway, so they're not new anymore. So bringing the pigs has added new excitement to the homestead. And I mean that quite literally. We went last Saturday, was it last Saturday? Yes, last Saturday to hog butchering with Miss Cindy and Mr. Bill because they had to put up one of their pigs. And true to form, coming back from Cindy's house, you always come back with more animals. Yeah, you always come back with more.
Should just plan on it.
Just bring carriers, always. Yeah, so pig butchering. Matthew so kindly has put up the pig butchering for us. Here's David. We got to process them out. We skinned them and did primal cuts. That's what you call it, right? Primal cuts.
Yeah, that's right.
Cindy says no oatmeal, just cayenne pepper.
Okay.
Is what she gives her chickens.
All right.
Okay. So, yeah, there we are. There's Cindy in the background. And there's a pig spilling its guts. And then we are cleaning it up. That's Cindy cleaning it up, getting it ready to do the primal cuts. We learned so much, and we are so thankful for our homestead community. Definitely, for those of you that are watching this afterwards or are not speaking, if you're not a part of a group or just other people in your area who also do what you do, it makes life so much better to have that camaraderie and trade of information with each other. So I definitely would encourage you to do that.
Well, especially when you're processing animals. I mean, what's the old saying
Large
about?
Animals, yeah.
Right. What's the saying go like? You've told us about like many hands or many workers. Or,
many hands make the work light.
Yeah, many hands make the work light. You know, something like that. And if you've never done anything like that before, and you know of people that are willing to open up their farm or their place and share that knowledge, carve out some time, make it happen. It's a skill set that I think we all need to learn, and a lot of us have forgotten what those skill sets are because it wasn't passed down for whatever reason. So we're very grateful to be able to learn that ahead of time before we have to do it ourselves for the first time.
Yeah.
So I learned a ton.
Yeah. It was really cool.
But the most exciting part of it was, like Nancy was alluding to, was bringing back those extra animals. So we brought back 2 more pigs. We have a total of 5 pigs now. And these 2 other pigs, much younger, so a little bit smaller. And there's a pecking order, as any of you that have raised animals.
First, you have to tell them about. Yeah. It was putting them in. So we put
that's what I was getting. That's what I was getting to. There'll be a natural pecking order, and I know this. Like you know this, just
with
all the animals. Doesn't matter. Yeah. But I thought, why not throw these 2 youngsters in with the older pigs in a 2-strand, low to the ground, hot wire fence in the garden area, no other fencing around it. I thought surely the older pigs will help train these younger pigs to the hot wire. Maybe they remember
them because we got all of them from the same place, so maybe they would remember them, and they did not remember each other. And we thought they'd have enough room, enough space, because the garden's pretty big.
Oh, it's much bigger than where they're at right now. Yeah. Well, anyways, that was terrible. That was horrible. That didn't work at all. If you purchase pigs, this is my thought anyways, I could be wrong, but if they're not trained to the hot wire, they need to be trained to the hot wire before you put them in an area that only has a hot wire, and they went right through it like tanks. I mean, they just, right between the 2 hot wire, boom, out, and the other 3 pigs, the older pigs, like, you're idiots. You know, they're looking at what's going on.
In fairness, I think it was because the older ones, or we say the older ones, the ones that we had here, anyway, they chased after them, and these little ones did not care at all about, they're like, wire, what wire? I'll get through, I don't care.
It shocked them initially, but then I think the shock it pushed them through the rest of the way. It's like, I'm getting shocked anyways, I might as well just keep going. I've never seen anything like it.
It's better than getting bit by that big one over
I'm not getting, I don't want to know.
Pigs are scary.
They are. They're
Pigs
noisy.
Are scary.
They're noisy.
They're noisy.
Kind of like teenagers. When it's feeding time. I'm talking about when it's feeding time, especially if you have boys.
Matthew is doing our moderation, our teen boy.
That's right.
He's looking a little offended.
Yeah, just a little.
But at least we don't have to worry about him eating us when he's hangry.
True.
You do get hungry.
Well, eventually what we did is, and if you've seen some of our other videos about it, we eventually, what, the next day, how did we do? No, that same day. Yeah.
Successful that day, luring them. We had to lure them all back down to the pig pen area.
Yes.
Because initially we had that all set up, that we had the cattle panels and a hot wire around the bottom. Cindy says, hi, Matthew. A hot wire around the bottom to train them all. And so we were able to get the young pigs, the new pigs, into that area. So then the next the decision we made was, well, we're going to have to bring everybody back because they've got to work out the pecking order and create a herd.
That's right. So
is that what do you call a group of pigs? I mean, you've got a herd of goats, you got a flock of
pigeons, I don't know.
flock of seagulls.
Yeah, flock of chickens.
A flock of chickens, a flock of ducks.
It's got to be a herd of pigs.
What do you call?
It's a herd of pigs.
What do you call a bunch of sheep?
A herd?
Is it a herd?
I don't know. Maybe somebody can comment in the chat function if you
So
know
what do
if
you
it's
call
something
a
different.
group of pigs?
Yeah. A herd of pigs.
Anyway, we lured the
So
older ones.
Yeah, well, the two new ones we put in there overnight. We kept them separated. The next day, we brought the three older pigs back into their original area, and it's been a battle because that was
They found the weakness.
They found the weakness, which is the gate. And any of you that have built pins and fences and things like that, the gate is the weakest area.
Rob said it's a herd of swine.
It's a herd of swine. Okay, Rob says a herd of swine. I knew it was a herd of something.
Well, we didn't know if it was herd or flock of pigs.
No. But the gate is the weak link. No matter what, it's either the hinges or whatever the case is. At least when it comes to paneling, maybe if it's wood or something like that, it's a little bit stronger. But the young pig got.
It's a pastel.
What?
A group of pigs is a pastel.
What's a pastel?
Is that French? Pastel. It is a pastel.
That sounds like a color, doesn't it? Like pastel. It's a pastel of pigs. I don't know.
Pastel.
Yeah.
Or pastel. Maybe it's pastel.
Oh, who knows? But hog paneling fencing.
In the name.
Name is hog paneling. It's supposed to stop them.
It's supposed to.
It's supposed to stop them. It doesn't stop them. If they want to get out, they'll get out. Anyways, bent up the corner. Little guy got out, so I had to put a T-post right in front of that part, redo the hot wire because he busted through that.
He spent a couple hours reworking the whole thing.
Easily.
Just so I wouldn't have to deal with escape pigs because it took us, an hour and 45 minutes?
Almost 2 hours.
We
catch that pig.
The guys, I manned the fence for the pen area so the other pigs wouldn't get out. But they chased them into our rabbit area, which is all fenced in to keep predators out. So they lured it in with corn. I don't even know how you got it turned up. So when I went over there, I went to check on it. I heard the squealing, that ungodly loud squealing of the pigs when something's terribly wrong with them. Yeah. And so I went over to see what was going on, and they had this poor piglet. I say piglet, but it's got to be, 80 pounds, upside down. Its 4 legs, its eyes wildly going back and forth. It's petrified. And so we hog-tied it as best we could, but...
Okay, the crazy thing is this is our problem with watching too many Hollywood movies or cartoons and stuff. Mm-hmm. Nancy had this wonderful idea about we hog-tie all 4 legs and put a long beam there and kind of carry it on our shoulders like we're taking it to a pig roast or something. And my oldest son and I just kind of looked at each other and we're going, I don't think this is going to work.
She said her Mo, which is the mother of these pigs, pushes her nose under.
Yeah.
Under the wire.
Yeah.
Well, I thought for sure doing the hog tie and putting the pole through, that would work. I mean, I saw it. Everybody was afraid of getting bit. But you know what I think in reality? This poor pig was more afraid of us. It was like literally shaking. I felt bad for it. But there's some legitimacy in wanting to get not bitten by a hog.
Yeah.
They're pretty scary.
I've been nipped by a goat, chickens, dogs.
Yeah, but pigs eat flesh.
No, I'll pass.
Cindy can attest to the pigs eat the things they're not supposed to eat.
That's right.
Like ducks. That are still moving.
Yeah. Anyways, they went hog wild there for a little bit, but they're all in the pen. Everything seems to be working out now. They're hunkering down for the cold weather. We have a cube in there. You have that house that you built for the pigs. Yep. They got hay in there. They nest. I never thought I'd see pigs nest.
It was the cutest thing ever to watch them go over.
Was new to me.
And pick up the hay with their mouth. Ask Dan about getting bit by. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Daniel, I'll have to ask him about getting bit by a hog.
Oh, man.
That he had to be scared. Yeah. He had to be scared because that even when I go in there, you always got your eye on them, and they're eyeing you, and you're eyeing them, and it's like the stare down.
Yeah, Cindy says just smack them on their nose.
That worked for me.
I'm like, okay, and so smack them on their nose. I'd rather the electric fence smack them on the nose, but smack them on the nose.
Well, I think they're more afraid of us than we are of them. she said, worst experience ever to get bit by a hog.
I bet.
I bet you, Don Pope, I know who you are, I bet you that he's very cautious about going in. Do you guys still have hogs? That's the other thing. Who has hogs and who doesn't have hogs?
Now, as they're answering that for us in the chat, when you say hogs, I think of male pigs, right? I guess, but we just hogs is a general term.
Yep.
Talk about pigs. Well, I know. Yeah. But I'm just, that's not an experience I want to have.
No. So, Cindy says she can't imagine getting bit by a pig. Those tusks are scary. Well, I know that she sent me a video. Remember that video I sent you of the guy who put them in the pasture?
Oh, right.
And he got his leg tore up.
Well, but he stepped in between two pigs that were basically fighting like he was going to break it up. I mean,
I know, that was
we're not talking about high school kids in the hallway or something here.
He said he was dumb for doing that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Don Pope, you guys are brave to get another pair after getting bit. Rob, they are easy. Okay, let me say this about hogs, pigs. They're easy until they get out, and then they're not easy. Is that fair?
I think that's fair. The other thing, Rob, I was thinking about too with the pigs is I have enjoyed all of the animals that we have on our farm. I literally enjoy feeding these pigs, taking my chair with a cup of coffee early in the morning, sitting and just watch them. It's so satisfying to hear them crunching the food, drinking the water, and making a mess. And I don't know. I really enjoy that part of it. It's enjoyable to me.
I believe that. So Rob okay. So first, Don Pope says that she didn't intentionally get bit by the pig.
Right.
It was running by.
Ooh.
And caught his thumb.
Oh.
And then 5 trips to the emergency clinic in a week.
Okay.
They're not gentle creatures.
I'm beginning to see a pattern here. Is this those of you that have had pigs, experience with pigs? Does every homesteader, does every farmer sooner or later get nipped by one of these things?
Well, she didn't say nipped it, guys.
Yeah, but I mean,
he was running by a condom.
What's it?
At least we can eat them.
Yeah.
Matthew says at least we can eat them.
Yeah, that's right.
So Rob is saying they're trying to decide between IPPs and 8 American guinea hogs. Now, what is here's my thing, and two things decided American guinea hogs for us is one, Cindy was selling them, and Cindy and Bill always have given us good quality animals because we trust them, and the IPPs, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, how big, does anyone know how big the IPPs get? Because I feel like because they're a cross between, aren't they a cross between a heritage and the commercial pigs? I think. I probably am wrong.
I'm not even speaking to this because I know these American guinea hogs now, and I'll learn more about them.
Yeah. I think they're a little bit bigger for that reason. And Rob says he agrees with you, David. They're really smart. He raised a few in 4-H and enjoyed them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are smart. But it kind of makes it sad to dispatch them because they're smart.
Well,
but when they act up,
no problem.
It makes it a little bit easier.
No problem.
It's like when the rabbits scratch you.
I don't know if you remember. I just saw a picture because I just switched cell phones because I got a new cell phone and looking at some old pictures and stuff on my cell phone. And I remember taking a picture. I want to say we were down at the Memphis Zoo, and it was American guinea hogs, and they had an American guinea hog on display there. It has a little plaque, of course, tells you about it, but how it's a breed that is they're trying to bring it back in one sense. Not that it's necessarily going extinct or something, but it's just not as common per se on a homesteading farm. Yeah, but I mean,
I think it's old news now because I think about 15, 20 years ago,
I
heard, and you guys can verify this, wasn't it like 15, 20 years ago they were starting to die out, but because of the resurgence, and as Joel Salatin says, the tsunami of homesteading, they've come back.
That's possible.
So Rob says he thinks the IPPs are a cross between Duroc, Old Berkshire, and Kuni Kunis. Yeah, because the Old Berkshires are they the commercial pigs? What breed are the commercial pigs?
I don't even know. The big pink ones?
They're called Tyson pigs now.
Tyson pigs are chicken pig. I don't know. I don't know what breed they are.
Tyson has pigs too. So that's what I would consider because They are scary, even though the American guinea hogs, like I said, even an 80 or 100-pound pig is scary. Okay.
Yeah.
Cindy said Bill had a set of 3 he taught to sit and beg like dogs for supper.
What? What?
Now that would be hard to destroy them. Not destroy, but to harvest them.
Sit like in the first what? Okay, I don't know.
But can you get your big sow Mo to do that? Now that, I mean, you had to.
Wait a minute, is he talking about guinea hogs?
Oh, hello, Heather. Welcome.
Hi, Heather.
So these are the guinea hogs, Cindy, you're talking about? That he went ahead and taught them to sit and stay?
If that's true, I can see that because I kind of want to pet these pigs and stuff, but not these ones. You know what I mean? Maybe if you raise them when they're piglets, and they get used to you, perhaps. I don't know.
Well, we have one we're gonna keep for our sow.
Right.
And her name is Boots. She came with that name, so we're just keeping her. And she's easy to determine because she's got a little white spot on her nose and little white boots on her feet.
Right.
So I really want to get friendly with her because when she has her piglets, I want to be able to go in and handle them and look at them. But I'm a little intimidated. So if y'all have any tips on how to
be friends.
Be friends. Like, do I take her? I think Cindy mentioned bringing her like Twinkies and ding dongs and be like, hey, can we be friends?
Donuts. Make a donut run.
Even Don Pope says her female pig takes treats out of their fingers. So I'm hoping.
I'm just hoping they don't think our fingers are little hot dogs or something. Vienna sausages.
Here's a true story.
Yeah.
When we were back in New Mexico, we lived in a regular like city lot.
Mm-hmm.
And desert, like, I mean, we lived in the desert, people, like sand, cactus, yeah. So, but even our backyard, we had these little box turtles. I don't even know where they came from. Remember we had like 8?
That's right. I was wondering where you're going with this. Yeah.
This little tiny backyard. Now the kids were young, so keep that in mind. So we made the mistake, I guess, of feeding them hot dogs. You know what happens? Little kids' fingers look like hot dogs. Your toes look like hot dogs. So if you went out in the backyard in bare feet and they were nearby, you had to watch it because they would try to bite your toes. True story.
That's right.
Has nothing to do with pigs, but just a funny story. She said, oh no, Cindy says the ones that Bill taught to sit were commercial pigs. Okay, so what breed are commercial pigs? Does anybody know? I don't know. We always refer to them as commercial pigs.
Right.
Like that's a breed in and of itself.
I'm sure they have an official breed. And
I'm sure somebody would tell us. Cindy said lots of food. They're food motivated. That's Maple too. Maple, the queen of my herd.
The goat.
Of the goat's herd.
She's a goat.
I've always said, before we even got pigs, I was like, her spirit animal is pig.
Pig. Kind of like our little beagle.
Yeah.
His spirit animal is a pig too. Now we actually have pigs.
Yeah.
And it's fitting.
Yeah.
It's fitting.
So Rob and Melissa, you guys are looking to get pigs. Are you looking to get pigs in 2024? And Cindy, are you guys adding anything to your? I mean, you just added. Well, Cindy and Bill just added 2 little baby cows.
That's right. That's
so
cute. The bottom teeth. Yeah, the big eyes and yeah.
Bovine eyes are the most adorable.
Yeah.
Anybody else planning on adding to? I know Hope was talking about upping her quantity of turkeys this year, which we're really excited about because their turkeys last year were absolutely delicious.
They were wonderful.
And see, Dawn, if you raise them, we were talking about the importance of community at the beginning of the live stream. If you raise them for us, we'll gladly get them from you. I don't like raising turkeys. We thought the pigs were bad. The turkeys were mean. Oh my goodness, our turkeys were so mean. We had a turkey that killed our roosters. We had 2 roosters we were keeping. She killed them. I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
No. Rob says they're hoping to get them this year, but we're also looking to add a milk cow. So are you going to keep the goats and add a cow? Are you getting a full-size cow or a Dexter? What are you getting? Or what are you looking to get, I should say? She's asked him, Cindy asked him,
yeah.
commercial breeds.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay, while he's answering that question, Heather says she's going to be adding different pig breeds in 2025. What are you looking for, Heather, to add to your homestead in 2025? And if you guys, Sage and Stone Homestead, if you haven't checked out our channel, go ahead and make sure you check her out. I enjoy her channel as well. She's in Kentucky, so she's not far from, actually everybody that's on here is from Tennessee. So she's not far from us, y'all. You might want to check her out too. Let's see.
Guess we could talk a little bit about a garden.
But
before we go any further, if I happen to have any students that are on our live stream, I want to give a little shout out to you guys tonight. I've got a big following of students that always want to keep up with what's going on our particular homestead. Students that are online through the company I work for, or even my public school students. If they're listening tonight, just a little shout out to you guys. So we appreciate it. Good to see you. A lot going on here on the farm. You can always ask me in the classroom too, so that's pretty cool.
Garden planning.
Yeah, with the time that we have left, if you want to talk about the garden, and this is, I want to connect this first back real quick to the pigs, okay?
Okay.
So, had this brilliant idea, maybe you've heard this earlier in our live stream, put the pigs out of the area they're in and put them in the garden area so they'll till up the ground, get it ready for you. And I'm thinking with the size and the space that we put in there, it's probably going to take 3 weeks to a month before they till all up. In about 3 days, it was like World War II, crater zones all over the place. I mean, don't spill their water because then they turn it into a mud pit right there. And then they just rooted everything up. And I think this is one of the most brilliant things we've ever done. But I want to put them in the back part where we have another garden, and let them till that up. If we're going to have animals, you probably guys know this already, make them do the work. I don't want to have to do all the work.
Okay. She said, for people who weren't here to hear it, we have a minute's delay. Oh, Matthew said that. Yeah. And Cindy was talking about she had 2 little bottle Jersey. She got Jersey bull cows is what she got. Rob says they're going to keep the goats. Lots of milk. They're going to have lots of milk. Yes. So, I
guess we could talk about that too.
Hold on. Yeah. Melissa says, okay, I have to catch up because we were just chit-chatting.
Right.
So, Heather says they're going to get a faster growing pig with the kuni, but nothing massive. Gentler on fences, maybe an IPP. So, Rob, you can follow along with her. She actually gets that, but you guys are probably going to get it this year, you were saying. Melissa says they're going to get a Jersey, but breeder to a Dexter to raise a herd of dual-purpose belt bears. So that's a thing. They call them belt bears and breed them together. I wish we had the property, but then again, I have enough milk with the goats. And you do better with the goat milk.
I do better. Yeah, my system does much better with drinking the goat milk as opposed to cow milk. But that's the other thing we were talking about too is we're going to have baby goats here in the spring of this year, and the extra milk that we're going to have from our does is actually going to go to help feeding the pigs and kind of finishing off the pigs. And there's a synergistic thing going on there where the milk with all the good vitamins and things like that is going to make sure that those pigs are healthy. And, of course, we give it to the chickens and stuff, too. Yeah. I love how all of that works together on the farm.
Actually, I had failed at canning goat milk last year, but I kept it. I mean, they were sealed, and they settled out like, I don't know, there was a solid on the bottom and it looked like way at the top. I don't know what I did wrong. So if y'all know what I did wrong, so I don't do it wrong again. But I kept it as feed for the dogs. But now that we have the pigs, I've been opening jars at a time and mixing it in with their finisher and feeding it to them. Pigs are being used to clear brush areas. I think they do better than us. I absolutely agree, and they're way faster. They're
much faster.
And my garden, I mean, you guys saw the video. My garden had gotten way out of. I have never had a garden that terrible. I was so ashamed. Which, actually, talking to some other homesteaders, they're like, yeah, that happens from time to time. So I feel a little bit better. But having the pigs, I was like, why didn't we do this sooner?
I don't know.
Why didn't we get pigs sooner? I think we were intimidated. My system needs the goat milk like you, but I need the cow milk for the amount of butter, cheese, and ice cream we want, plus extra milk to help feed the chickens and pigs.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
You need big goats.
Well, yeah, it's hard to get milk from them little goats that Melissa and Rob have. That's right, yeah.
Heather has little goats too, and I know Cindy has little goats. She doesn't milk them, but I know Heather has the smaller goats. She has mini La Manchas and the Nigerian dwarfs, and Melissa and Rob have. You guys have mini Nubians, I think, right? Because they have they're a cross between.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the mini La Manchas, they're a cross between a Nigerian dwarf or a pygmy and the full size.
Okay.
Yeah. In an update, my little buckling, the little black buckling who was sick, who I gave the shot to, he went to a new home this week. I was so excited. And I talked to her, and he's already getting the job done.
That's right. He's healthy, ready to go.
So he's healthy enough to
That's right.
to make babies. So that was pretty exciting. That's just a little side note and update. Mini Nubians. Yeah, Melissa, I thought so. Yeah. Mini Nubians. So similar to the mini La Manchas. So back to the garden. Something else that I really want to make an attempt to get to is I don't know how to grow a lot. Like we want to explore cover crops for out in the pasture. I don't think they call them cover crops, but just throw stuff out there that's better for the goats, better for the pigs. We want to figure out a system to rotate pigs and then goats behind them. So we've got a lot of thinking to do, but I've been doing a lot of reading, and if you've not read this book, The Independent Farmstead by Sean and Beth Doherty, they have been doing this a very long time, probably as long as Bill and Cindy, who have been doing it a very long time. And they feed 90 to 95% of what they feed their animals through the year, they actually grow on their property. So I really want us to move in that direction because I don't trust the feed anymore. It would be much more economical, which is a big plus for all of us. None of us, if any of us could grow the food for our animals and cut out feed costs, I know all of us would be over the moon, or at least substantially reduce it. So I know I'm not going to do that right off the bat, but I want to use a large part of our garden for that.
Right.
We are, our diets, we've been eating the ketogenic diet for the last 5 years. For the last 2 years, I've transitioned over to carnivore primarily. It doesn't mean I don't cheat from time to time, but I pay for it when I do. So I've been primarily carnivore, and that has benefited me a lot. So our homestead's going to be really focused on growing meat, like growing rabbit, growing chicken, growing duck, growing the pigs, and I think we're going to even branch out and try goat. We haven't done that yet. I know Heather puts up we've not had
an excess or something.
Yes,
right?
we haven't had an excess yet to put up, so that's why we haven't tried it yet. But we were going to do it this past year if our weather didn't sell. We were going to keep them and eat them.
Just to add to that real quick, we've had some customers that come by the farm, become friends with them, and they talk about how, at least in this area where we live, that eating goat maybe around the 4th of July, for example, it was a thing at one time, but there's nobody out here doing that where we live right now. And I thought, well, that's kind of interesting. And I don't know if it'll come back. I don't see it as a popular American diet, but we eat deer all the time, and it reminds me a lot of deer in one sense.
Yeah. So Hazel is here. Hazel from New Mexico.
Oh, hey, Hazel. Hi. Welcome.
And thank you very much. Thank you. We miss you guys. Miss seeing you guys. And I think you guys it would be great to have you here. And all the kids working on a farm, they would so love it. They would so love it. Cindy says to use fermented and soaked feed. Use your canned milk to soak your whole corn to swell, or mix with pellet feed to make a sour mash. The old country ways are coming out. Her old country ways are. But that's what we did. Remember, we put it in we let it soak into the feed.
Yeah, but I've heard of that. We've seen videos on it. We've read up on some of that stuff. But you're talking about for pig food and stuff like that. So the whole corn we get, let that milk soak into it, swell up. That makes it go further too. Oh yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great idea.
They won't get so hangry. Those things get hangry, man. Rob says they're looking to do rotational grazing as well, on their farm.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So definitely. I know we have about 5 minutes because he's got an appointment to go to. Let's see. I just want to see. Oh, yeah. The other thing is we have dibs on a boar. I know we're talking a lot about pigs, but because it's new and exciting
for us, yeah.
Yeah, we have dibs on a boar. I was able to catch. He's registered. He's registered American guinea hog, and we'll pick him up in March after these other ones are processed. So we've got to now build an infrastructure for that. We've been talking about some things. We'd like to put them in the forest, so we don't have to think about shelter as much as far as like keeping them out of the sun. So, Rob, we'll have to talk about what that looks like, because now you're talking about now we're gonna have to make shade to move around in the pastures
and
too.
water.
And water.
All of you that have had pigs,
yep.
You know that water is essential, especially during the hot, humid summertime here. Yeah. And I have to experiment with a couple different ways to get water out there. But I am not putting any pig out in the tree lines underneath the canopy of the forest on the hot wire if they had not been trained to it yet. So yeah, I know, but I can't emphasize it enough.
Any of you who've had pigs and got loose, go ahead and comment, because you know what we're talking about. Like, pigs are easy until they get out.
I can catch chickens better than I can catch a pig.
Well, especially if the hard part is if you fed them corn and you're not catching them, and then they're like, they start to get full, so they're not coming as quick. Yeah. Cindy says she wants to try growing sorghum. It's like a grain like corn, but everyone could eat it. Chickens, goats, pigs, rabbits could eat leaves. Well, we'll have to talk because I want to look into that. So, yeah. Anything else we want to touch on before you have to go? I do have, the last thing is, we only have I have 4 does that are able to be bred this year. I have 5 total. If you've seen our videos, a little white one. I love Charm.
Charm's amazing.
Charm's more like a dog. That little white doeling I have, she's more like a puppy than she is a goat. But I know that I've got 3 successfully bred. I didn't get them blood tested, but they're starting to get a little round. Then Lola, my problem child, I could never catch her in heat. So finally, last ditch effort, I stuck her in the pen with Prince because I figured he'd be better able to tell she was in heat than I would. So she's got a couple more weeks in there, and it'll be a month. So hopefully, if he's caught her when I wasn't looking.
I hope so.
But that means for the first time we're going to have 4 full-size La Mancha goats in milk that all come from very good milk lines. Holy smokes! That could mean 1.5 gallons to 2 gallons per goat per day. So we'll be able to definitely feed the pigs. They'll be happy. Cindy says she wants everyone to remember to use your county extension office. They have lots of information on pastures and when to plant what. Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Appreciate that.
So, anybody have any questions for us? I would love to do this again. This was a lot of fun. It's like sitting in our living room with you guys. I wish we had a little bit more time.
Yeah, maybe next time. We'll have
some more
time. Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah.
In 2 weeks, y'all want to do this again? You want to come back and do this again with us? This is fun. What do you think? You let us know. And I would really appreciate, I really would like to know what kind of videos you enjoy that we've done and what not so much. I really need to hear the what not so much too. I am not thin-skinned. Am I thin-skinned?
No, and neither am I. No,
And so it's just as important to hear what you really don't care to watch as it is what you really like watching. It's important.
Yeah, because we both like to teach, and we like to entertain and have fun too. It's but we in all of that we want to be super authentic. Because it's not all glamour, and I don't think we have to tell any of you guys that have done this. It is not all glamour.
No.
It's dirty. It's muddy.
I think everyone here has probably slipped in the mud.
Yeah, and I did the other day. I stepped in the hog pen. I got up real quick too because I didn't want them to get me. You know.
You have nightmares of
attacking you. Yeah.
Well, guys, that's all we have time for tonight. We're super thankful you came. Please come back again in a couple of weeks. I'll send out notices, and we look forward to seeing you again. You guys have a great night.
Have a great night, everybody.